Hello Superuser, so today we're going to look at all the different measurement units in Finale, and so we're going to go over what each of them mean and the specific cases in which you might want to use specific measurement units. Because at first it might seem like, why does Finale have 6 different measurement units? Why can't it just have one? But really, they actually all do serve a purpose, so that's why we're going to go demystify them. So let's start off with inches. Now, inches are quite simple. 1 inch in Finale is an inch in real life. That tells you exactly the real sizing on a piece of paper it'll be. So, for instance, if you are using letter-sized paper, a paper setup is still 8.5 by 11 inches. If you're using content size, it's still 9 inches by 12 inches. And that also can help you get page layout and things like that. So, for instance, margins with the page layout tool over here, those are often defined in inches because most printers in the US are set up in inches and the margins are in inches. So if you have that measurement unit, that works really well for creating compatibility, and you know for sure things will work. The next measurement unit is centimeters. Again, centimeters are like inches. 1 centimeter in Finale is a centimeter in real life. Now the next measurement unit is spaces. Now spaces is a music-specific term, and it is just simply the distance between one staff line to the next. It is the space within a staff. So that you can see then, a staff is 4 spaces tall. Now with the default staff size in Finale, a space then actually is 1/12 of an inch, because by default, a staff is 1/3 of an inch tall. So they might ask the question of why do you want to use spaces instead of inches? Well, it actually makes music layout really nice and really consistent, because if you use spaces for all the music layout, then it almost looks to the eye like everything's on a grid and you have consistency in terms of the different measurements you use everywhere. So typically if you just use whole number spaces, it creates a very seamless and solid looking layout, like everything is in the exact spot it's supposed to look at. So for instance, I recently just moved my measure numbers below each measure like this, because frankly it's just easier to read. And you'll notice that, I could have set the distance between the measure and the bottom to be whatever I wanted. I could have been like 0.3 inches or something like that. Instead I chose 3 spaces. That way, again, it is consistent and it looks almost like everything is on a grid. So if you just go to double check that, and I just draw some quick notes in here, like that, and we can go select this note and go down, and you can see right at the 3rd legend line is the top of the number, 3 spaces down from the top. So things like that, like a music layout, the distance here, the distance before the clefs, things like that are really well defined in spaces. Which brings us on to our next measurement unit, points. Now, points is a typographical measurement unit. You've probably worked with text editors like Microsoft Word, and you define things in 12-point font. Well, that is exactly the same as what a point is in Finale. And so it is often used for fonts and font sizes. So anything with text is defined in points, just like they would be in any other text program. Now, there is a standardized definition of a point. 1 point is equal to 1/72nd of an inch, so there's 72 points in 1 inch. Picas. Now, what is a pica? Now, pica is another typographical measurement unit, and it's actually linked closely to points. And you've seen picas pretty much everywhere, but probably don't know it. Like, for instance, you've probably used 12-point font before. Like, 12-point Times New Roman font, that's probably the most common font choice you could probably ever do. And most fonts, like the baseline, is 12-point font. Well, 12 points just happens to be 1 pica. So if you want things in multiple of 12-point fonts, you just do things in picas and then you got it, which can be really handy shorthand. So like, I'm not sure if I have it set up this way, but for instance, if you wanted the subtitle to be 12-point font, instead of 12 points, you could set it to 1 pica, and then you could set the heading to 2 picas. Or like these to 1.5 picas. And again, just like how you can use spaces in the music layout, having picas instead of points to work with all the text actually makes all the text sizes look exactly right, because there seems to be some sort of consistency and standard between all the text, rather than, oh, this one's going to be 12 point, this one's 14, this one's 16, this one's like 18-point font, or maybe you have a 17-point font, or you have 23-point font. Setting everything in picas helps ensures that there is a consistency between everything. Unless, of course, in your head you're just going to memorize, okay, you have 12-point font, 18-point font, 24-point font, 36-point font. Unless you're going to do that in your head, you could just use picas. Now, EVPUs are the last measurement unit. Now, they stand for Enigma Virtual Page Units, and this is the internal unit of Finale. So in Finale, even though it looks like they have inches, centimeters, spaces, points, and picas, in reality, Finale is actually converting everything into EVPUs. to make it easier for the program itself. So again, quick recap. Inches are inches, centimeters are centimeters, spaces are the spaces in between staff, points are the same points that you use for font, Picas are equal to 12 points, and EVPUs are Finale's internal measurement units. That's it for today. If you found this video at all helpful, make sure to hit the like button so that way you know you want more videos just like this. Each week I post new content about how to use Finale to its fullest, so if you don't want to miss out on any of those videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, that way we can get notified whenever a new video comes out.